Hi, Kevin.
Hello there.
Welcome, and thanks for taking some time with us.
I'm delighted to be here.
Would you start by introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about your role?
I would be delighted to. So obviously I'm Kevin Burrell. I'm the Area Managing Director for Maersk. Been with the company about 2 years now, based in Mekong.
Can you share a bit more about your role as Area Managing Director and how your part of the business is contributing to our strategy?
I certainly can. So firstly, what is the AMD? So the AMD is basically the facilitator of our business. It's the facilitator of growing our products and also driving behind growth for our customers as well. So, I sit in Mekong. Let's also then just draw out what is Mekong. So Mekong is obviously the consolidation of 5 countries. Firstly, the first country is Vietnam. Second country is Thailand, Cambodia, Myanmar, and Laos. So in that context, I look after the customers in that area and obviously work with the customers in determining how we can drive towards our vision as a company to become the integrator. We obviously spend a lot of time in trying to stitch our products together to become something that will enable our customers to be able to access the world from the Mekong area.
Can you talk a bit about how do the prospects look for air freight in the Mekong area?
We have obviously customers that have 2 requirements from air freight. The first customers, which typically sit in the verticals of technology and some of the pharmaceutical areas, that are demanding a service whereby we are looking for consistent supply of air freight. Air freight inevitably is us enabling the pickup from the location and moving on a consistent basis throughout the world, basically to supply the customer demand. Then there's the second part of it, which is where air freight is an emergency service. So there is a disruption in the supply chain. Customers need to move product on an accelerated path across the supply chain, principally because they're failing in some of their intentions to be able to grow that business. So our solutions are actually enabling those 2 elements into one overall solution. What does it mean for Mekong specifically? So Mekong obviously had a legacy business that has been spending time supporting our customers in moving that product around the world. Now what we try to do is to move it in a much more effective manner. What that means is growing volume, also using consolidation to be able to benefit that. Throughout the world, across the network, we've been building deconsolidation centers. Those deconsolidation centers are in various important strategic locations in key markets, typically in the US, in Europe, Japan, Korea, etc., which are major consumption areas. What we need to do in Mekong is then manage the consolidation process for those customers as well, so that we can get the efficiency of combining customers, therefore leveraging the most cost-effective way to move this critical service across the world. So we've set up some hubs in key parts of our organization, some in Vietnam, so also in Thailand, where we consolidate that cargo, working with our great air freight partners, enabling us to move that volume across the world.
And if we look beyond the air freight, can we talk a bit about how we support the needs of our customers in the area with other solutions and products in terms of logistics and services, ocean freight, and so on?
Yeah, so it's a really good question. So let's start with ocean freight, because that is the bread and butter of our organization and what made our company great. So our ocean freight business, if we look as a carrier, we obviously operate a number of services out of Mekong. And if you look at the new focus for our business moving forwards, including modular networks to ensure our reliability, is really important. We want to push our reliability above 90%. So for Asia Pacific, what that means is using Tanjung Pulapas down in Malaysia as the key consolidation center for us to operate that as a hub throughout the rest of the world. We operate with feeder vessels coming out of Mekong, feeding that location. Equally, what we do is we share direct services across to the US as one of the major consumption locations in the world, where we provide exemplary service on a very, very great lead time basis. So you talked a little bit not only about ocean freight, but then we need to think a little bit broader about the other products. For us, our solutions and how we develop those solutions is basically driven over customer demand. Any company that is looking to try and establish themselves with a global network basically needs to rely on a company like us to build those reliable products for us to be able to offer them. When we think about that, we talked about air freight already, we talked about ocean freight already. There are other complementary services like LCL, less than container load transport, which enables us to consolidate cargo across the rest of the world on an ocean freight basis. Equally, rail freight, road freight, and cross-border across in Southeast Asia and into China is also really, really valuable to connect that requirement. So for us, We have around 13 different solutions which we combine in a fantastic way. And as we combine them more and more and more, we move to the vision of the true integrator and the ability to be able to deliver outcome-based logistics to our customers as we combine those products.
I'd like to talk a little about OmniChannel Fulfillment. It's part of our strategy.
I love it.
Yeah, and let's start with explaining what that is.
Yeah, so that's a really good question, and it's a part of our business that, at least in Asia Pacific, is an exciting development for the company. Most important part, we acquired LF Logistics a couple of years ago, are in process of finally integrating that into our organization now. Then the context of what the product is. Our customers have demands, and those demands are for local warehousing and distribution across omnichannels, which means we need to be able to do business to business, business to consumer, also mobile applications as well for us to be able to deliver to people online as well. So for us, it's the development of a fantastic product, a fantastic warehousing service, a fantastic mid-mile service which enables us to deliver to the customer in line with the customized requirements that our customers have. Of course, when you hear the word customized believes that we as an organization shouldn't be standardized. And as you know, the mantra of the organization is to standardize what we're doing. But then we need to be able to adjust that slightly for each individual customer need. So if you look in the context of Mekong, today we have 200,000 square meters of warehousing in Thailand, 200,000 square meters of warehousing in Vietnam, 40,000 in Cambodia and 40,000 in Myanmar. If you take that in context, I think a football pitch is about 15,000 square meters. So you can imagine how many football pitches we have of warehousing with around 3,000 people working in those warehouses, connected with the new Maersk WMS and the new Maersk TMS that enables us to give visibility to our customers within the warehousing, across the warehousing, then into the final mile to a final customer delivery. So the success of that product is basically repeatable processes, ensuring passion with our people to deliver on our customer requirements, but then most importantly, reliability in our ability to execute with our own infrastructure, as well as partners' infrastructure, so we can make deliveries out into the field, and then finally to the customers, whether they be a business-to-business customer or whether they be an individual customer in a home trying to receive some of those products.
Certainly a very, very exciting area to be part of right now with all the growth happening there. And thank you so much, Kevin, for being with us today.
I absolutely love the conversation. So thanks also for spending some time with me and understanding more about Mekong.
Thank you.